I'm Jason, the world is yours, and today we have a story about former UFC fighter Artem Lobov sues Conor McGregor for millions over Proper 12 whiskey deal. The Russian Hammer claims he was the one who started Conor McGregor's whiskey business and is demanding 5%, only 5%, of proceeds from the $600 million sale of Proper 12. Artem Lobov has always been proud of his part in creating Conor McGregor's infamous Proper 12 whiskey, but now he's looking for something a bit more tangible than bragging rights. The retired UFC fighter initiated a high court action in Ireland yesterday demanding 5% of the proceeds Conor McGregor made from the $600 million sale of Proper 12 back in 2021, almost 2 years ago. My client is a retired professional fighter with a master's degree from DCU in finance and capital markets. Lobov said, we have issued high court proceedings on his behalf to enforce an agreement with McGregor regarding the Proper 12 whiskey brand. Okay, my client was, this is the important part, they're talking about Lobov. My client was the initial creator and co-founder of the concept to launch an Irish whiskey brand associated with McGregor. He concluded he didn't conclude. As these matters are now before the court, we will not be making any further comment. Wow. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, Lobov and McGregor were friends for a long time, yada, yada, yada. Lobov has been talking more about how he was an instrumental figure behind the extremely profitable Proper 12 brand. According to him, McGregor was considering getting a vodka deal with the Mountain Hafthor Borgensen. It's Icelandic. But Lobov told him to wait a minute and let Lobov investigate other options. Lobov is saying this, quote, I went on and met all different whiskeys, distilleries. I called some and met some in person. I did my research and put a beautiful deal together, Lobov told TalkSport back in August 2022. Once the deal was ready, I went to Conor and said, Conor, I have the deal ready for you. This is going to be $1 billion deal. No messing here. I'm not sure if he took me seriously at the time with the $1 billion. Okay. In the same interview, he revealed that McGregor offered him $1 million for his part in creating Proper 12, but Lobov turned it down, as he should, right? If he's looking for $30 million. Now Lobov is hoping to get up to $30 million from his lawsuit. Proper 12 was and is still the biggest deal I ever came up with. Wow. Lobov wrote in a caption under the interview, it is incredible to see the success that it has achieved in such a short time. Okay, let's just say McGregor's spokesperson denied Lobov's claim as incorrect. Proper 12 whiskey was created, developed, branded, and tirelessly promoted by Conor McGregor. That seems very true. Okay, now listen, obviously there's a lawsuit going here. Obviously there's going to be people who pick sides in this. It is widely known in MMA circles that Conor McGregor and Artem Lobov were really, 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 really good friends. There was an incident that happened with Khabib and Lobov, and it seems I wouldn't say that was the beginning of, the smoke between Conor and Khabib, but obviously they had smoke before. Lobov was confronted by Khabib, and some stuff happened backstage, and then Conor was went after Khabib. It was craziness, but that's kind of beside the point. It's just a little bit of the history, but between Lobov and Conor McGregor, obviously they were training partners. They were really good friends. The question here, obviously, now that there's a legal matter, is what was written down, right? If this is true, how much does Lobov deserve? Does he deserve anything? Was he really the one who went around to the distilleries? To me, the one thing that I don't really necessarily understand is that when Lobov said it was his idea to come up with an Irish whiskey label, I don't know, is Lobov Irish? I'm not saying that he has to be Irish. It's just Conor McGregor is Irish. It seems a little bit crazy to me that Conor McGregor was thinking of, doing a not crazy. I mean, he could obviously do a deal with vodka with the Icelandic mountain, but it seems a little bit more obvious that Conor McGregor, being from Ireland, being a huge fan of Irish culture, why would he want to do a vodka deal with Iceland and not a whiskey deal in Ireland? That doesn't really make too much sense to me. And obviously Conor McGregor is a very busy individual. So the question is, how did this deal come to fruition? Who came up with the name, the rights? If you're just a friend and you're just running around for your friend doing this and that, that's not really a signed contract where you will be, rightfully deserved, 5% of a deal, even if you did go to all the distilleries and you met with different people. You could be with Conor McGregor when he goes to the distilleries and when he goes and meets all these people, and you could do even some emails and stuff like that. But we're gonna have to get more into this, because you can see right here it says, I did my research and put a beautiful deal together. Who knows what's going on there? They do say that Lobov, he's a smart kid. He has a master degree, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Conor McGregor went to him with some details, right, for this whiskey deal. But Lobov isn't Conor McGregor manager or anything. Have they ever done anything like this before? They were just training partners. So I don't know, how far their friendship went. And once again, this is a friendship. So, as a friend, you don't mind running around for your friend. Like, hey, I went to this whiskey brand and I went to this whiskey brand and, I went to this place for you. That's not really a business relationship. But we'll see. Like I said, Lobov has a business. What does he have? A master degree in business. So I would not be surprised if his friend Conor McGregor went to him for some information on deals. But if Lobov has a master degree in finance and capital markets, you would think he would at least had some kind of contract with Conor McGregor to say like, hey, if we put this together, I'm looking for at least 5% or 10%. If I'm running around doing this, that, and the third. And obviously this was something that happened in 2012. So the sale happened in 2021. So that was like almost 2 years ago. So I don't know why this is coming out now. Who knows what's going on? We'll see. Obviously, people will pick sides with Conor McGregor being more famous. Obviously, he's going to have more people probably on his side. But, like I said, none of us are in this. We don't know the details of this story. We don't know if they literally had a business agreement. Did they have a handshake agreement? Did they have a friendship agreement? Or is Artem Lobov, just basically turning his back on Conor McGregor, trying to get a quick $10 million or $30 million from a business deal that he really had no part in. Let me know your opinion of this story. I would say in many ways it's, I'm gonna let it play out, right? I don't want to go and say that it's sad, because a lot of the initial reaction is going against Artem Lobov, saying how shame on him and how can he do this to his friend. But listen, if friends are friends, but in business, it's business. And if Conor McGregor, if Artem Lobov did really put this deal together and yada yada yada, he doesn't mention anything about naming. He doesn't really say that he came up with the name Proper 12. He hasn't said anything about coming up with any of the promotion. Like, he didn't promote Proper 12 at all, right? That was all Conor McGregor doing all of the interviews and things like that. There's no date on this, so like I said, this is a lawsuit. So we're gonna have to slow down. Everybody's gonna jump out the window and say Conor McGregor is right, or some people are gonna say Artem Lobov is right. I would say let's just see where this goes. I totally agree with what the spokesperson says, that Proper 12, Proper number 12 or Proper 12 Irish whiskey was created, developed, branded, and this is the very most important part in my opinion, because there's so many whiskey brands out there and drinks out there entirely promoted by Conor McGregor, right? That part is very true. I don't know if Lobov got the deal with Proper 12 being the official brand or official whiskey of the UFC, you know what I'm saying? Like Conor McGregor was out there, he was promoting Proper 12, and he basically got those deals everywhere. So it would have been easy for Lobov to basically find a distillery or find a whiskey brand and things like that. But Conor McGregor could have lost money on that stuff, right? Like, it doesn't mean just because you found a whiskey distillery that, you know, you're guaranteed 5% of something that could end up losing money, right? But Conor McGregor was one on the ground all the time, Proper 12, getting the deals, doing the commercials, and really promoting Proper 12 to make it where it's at today. But like I said, I'm not going to jump out the window. We'll see. It's in the lawsuit stage. It's, you know, I don't know if they're still friends. Obviously, I'm assuming that they're probably not the greatest of friends right now if you're being sued by your friend for up to $30 million. And also, this is it seems like he's suing only Conor McGregor from this, which is the weird part, because it's not like, I don't know if he's suing Proper 12 for this, but it seems like he's suing specifically Conor McGregor, which is, you know, that's the sad part of this story. But let me know your opinion. I don't really want to go on who side you on right now. Just let me know your opinion of this story. Would you get into a business deal with your friend is basically the question I'm asking. I'm Jason. The world is yours. Today we had a story about former UFC fighter Artem Lobov sues Conor McGregor for millions over Proper 12 whiskey deal. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.